Hello guys, welcome back. I want to talk to you about something. Just so you guys don't think I'm crazy, I don't think I have a tupla or anything, or tupla or Tupperware, however you pronounce it. What happened with me is I actually did have a thought form reactivate because it was designed magically to keep reactivating. And of course, it was designed magically to have all the past experience it would have had. It is not a real being. It's not like I have something living in my head. Um, it's a thought form in the classical sense that we would create them to help with a magical spell. It was not like they were ever viewed as real. They were not real independent beings. They were just a manifestation of will and energy that we created to help through a duration of a spell, and then the energy would just go back into the ether or wherever you drew it from. And I was always soft-hearted, so I'd always be like, oh, go take 2 weeks. Now, I knew very well these things weren't real that I was making. They were just a thought form. They were just manifested energy. And to be sure to not get attached, a lot of witches would make them into like mundane objects like a sword or something. And they might even like view a sword with the thought form for the amount of time it took for the spell to complete, and then of course it would be, cleansed and everything. And I would do things like make little gargoyles out of like modeling clay and write the spell on a scroll, well, not a scroll, like slip of paper, and put that in, and then like manifest the gargoyle energy. And it would have enough rudimentary intelligence to do what you needed it to do, but only because you were consciously shaping that energy to do the spell work. So it was basically like adding additional work to your spell, but in some cases it seemed to be the only thing that made the magic work for whatever reason. Like you'd be stuck and you'd be stuck, but if you made this thought form, for some reason it worked. So, what happened is when I got really stressed out, the magic reactivated and the thought form reactivated, and it reactivated long enough for me to go back and activate my membership on that site, and then it went back into the ether, because that's what it was designed to do. And as I was like, actually I did like a short story, as I was doing it, I remembered exactly how I had set up the spell and exactly what it was. And they're temporary magical aids. I didn't have to make it into like a physical form. You know what I mean? Like to have like a shape. Some people just like imagine working with energy. But it had helped at the time. So that is what happened. So there is not a Topla or Tupperware, whatever the heck they call them, running around. It's not like, apparently, like, I did research after the person mentioned the term, because I only remembered it from creepypastas. And I'm like, found out they're really big in, like, the My Little Pony fandom and that. And I'm like, But at least these people are still saying, like, they created it, but they created it to have a lifetime companion. They didn't create it to do a magical task and then evaporate. They're spending months, because I watched some videos and did some research, they're spending months creating these things, where in the old days it was like you just banged out your thought form, had to do the work, and it was part of the spell. It was actually not really a real being. It was just you manifested the energy into a form you could work with, therefore a thought form. And that's all it was. It was just magical energy, and you would manifest it into a form you could work with, and that helped you as a witch or wizard or whatever you saw yourself as understand the magical working better, and that's why it worked better than to work without a thought form. So I hope that helped. So, if you pick up an old book and you're like a person that's into tulpas or something now, and I totally respect that. It's not the same thing. Thought forms were, in our classic definition, we knew they were real. You could still get attached because they were so cute. If you know, like if you worked on them and you made like his cute little tiny gargoyles, cause that's what I was fond of, or cute little dragons or something. I was always fond of them. Um, you could get a little attached, but um, you knew very well it was just like magical energy. It was not like, say, going to the astral realm and finding a real dragon or encountering a real gargoyle. It was just something you made up. Though, like witches were getting attached and hoping that they would cross the rainbow bridge or something, but they were never seen as like a real entity. Where with tulpas, it's acknowledged they're created, but it's a personality the person concentrates on creating so that they have companionship, so that they have a sounding board, so that they have like an advisor. And they're two totally different things, to me at least. To some people, the words might be interchangeable, and I'm not trying to be grammar Nazi, but I had no idea what tulpas were. I had to go look it up. I just wanted you guys to know it's not like I thought this thing was real. That's why I was actually freaking out. I'm like, what the heck did I do magically that I don't remember? And that's why I didn't remember. I did not remember until I went to write the story that I had made this thought form to activate under extremely stressful situations. And bang, presto, it activated. And of course it acted like it had a memory because that's what it had been designed to do. And as soon as I addressed the issue, poof, went away. And that's what they're designed to do. They have a very limited, sad life. They're like the little mayflies of the magical world. It's sad, but in a way, it's not either, because it was actually just energy, and that's why a lot of witches didn't like working with them, because they felt like it was silly, or they felt like it was an extra step, or they felt like it made them look weird, or even they didn't want to get attached because they wanted to remember that it was just energy they were working with. It wasn't actually a sentient being that, had thoughts and feelings and maybe didn't want to die at the end of the spell. It was just magical energy. And that's the main difference as well, that for witches, it's magical energy we know we're consciously working with. With tulpas, I think the vast majority of people making them probably are not magical. They're probably like whatever they are, but they're not doing it from a magical sense of creation and, making a magical energy tool to use. So I hope that helps. I just kind of want to address it because we were giggling over it, because it does sound kind of barmy if you didn't do it in your magical, kit. If that wasn't like thrown into your tool bag at some point, you didn't do it. But over here we have Llewellyn Press, and they're very Wiccan-y, especially back in the 80s and 90s. Oh my god, they were like crystals and glitter and fairies and thought forms, and I think they still are, but you know what I mean. They were more Wicca than that, if you know what I mean. So I hope you guys like what you saw. If you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe. And the nice little thought form just went back into the atmosphere as soon as the task was completed. And now, if I would ever see it again, it would be more of a case of I'm a writer and I'm working with a character. And writers talk to characters all the time because we be crazy like that. But I will see you guys later. I just wanted to kind of clear that up because I don't want people thinking like I have like... Not that I care what people think, but what would the neighbors think? But I don't want people thinking I have My Little Pony thought forms or something running around the house. That's not the way it's happening. So I will see you guys later. Bye bye.